You seen anyone special?
Not really. You?
Oh, just a couple guys. But you look good, though.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and inspired by our upcoming board game Terrible Influence, we're looking at popular TV characters who might be fun to watch, but set an awful example by glorifying lying, manipulation, and reckless behavior.
I'll still be there for you, of course, if you need help with your homework, or you need me to teach you how to drive, or the toilet needs plunging. You know, normal things between a man and his girlfriend's daughter.
If you love games, be sure to check out WatchMojo's new game, Terrible Influence, just launched for purchase at terribleinfluence.com. Terrible Influence is a satirical board game about the dark side of fame from the writer of The Most Popular Girls in School and us, WatchMojo.
Boom. I can make an apology video.
Oh, you so would.
Click on the link in the description to check out the game and be the first to play Terrible Influence. Number 10. Chuck Bass, Gossip Girl.
I was in Paris, but only to get your favorite macaroons from Pierre Hermé.
In Germany?
To pick up your favorite folk stockings. You know how I adore them.
With wealth, status, and power at his fingertips, Gossip Girl's designated bad boy has his fun messing around with other people's lives. Operating with a mixture of casual indifference and a sense of entitlement, he treats relationships like transactions and mistakes the temporary inconveniences. Honestly, it's the kind of protection you'd expect from someone playing a powerful family card in Terrible Influence.
You said you would stand by me through anything. This Blair is anything.
Thought that the worst thing you would ever do would be to me.
Along with using Blair like a disposable pawn in his schemes, he twists his cruelty to pin the blame on her. In an environment that rewards his arrogance, Chuck is all too happy to throw anyone under the bus, knowing his scandals can disappear as easily as he's created them.
You twisted, manipulative psychopath. How could you?
You're going to have to be a tad more specific. It's been a busy few days.
Number 9. Piper Chapman, Orange is the New Black. Although the series tries to frame her as a victim of circumstance, it's hard to sympathize with Piper. If her selfish, self-righteous attitude wasn't enough, her long list of disastrous decisions turns both the characters and audiences against her.
Right, what did they give you? Time off for every innocent person that you threw under the bus?
Whether turning the other inmates against one another or accidentally kickstarting a gang of white supremacists, Piper has a habit of making things worse while blaming everyone else.
No! I am heartbroken. And I do not know what to do.
Even the end of her arc should be treated as a cautionary tale. The show portrays her relationship with Alex as a hopeful new beginning, but Piper essentially reinforces the same toxic dynamic that landed her in trouble in the first place.
I don't like this version of you.
Well, maybe I don't like this version of you.
Number 8. Will Schuester, Glee.
It's called the First Amendment, Sue. This is about freedom of expression.
Well, then feel free to express that out loud as you pace the floors of your dingy, lonely apartment. Because you, Will Schuester, are fired.
I am not leaving. And I will be appealing this to the school board.
When a supposed wise mentor blackmails a student into joining his club, odds are viewers won't exactly warm up to him. And yet Will Schuester does just that to kickstart the series. Instead of fostering a sense of self-worth in his students, he manipulates and guilt-trips them into anchoring their identities to his approval.
You'll get kicked out of school. You'll lose your football scholarship.
Wait, I had a football scholarship to where?
You could land in prison, son.
Oh my God. Please, don't tell my mom.
Look, I see a lot of myself in you, Finn. I know what it's like to struggle to make good life choices.
Infamously petty and frequently controlling, Will leaves his students learning life the hard way, keeping them stuck in a world that revolves around him. Over time, he sheds nearly all of his redeeming qualities, becoming a caricature of himself who portrays self-centered leadership as encouragement. So, if you have a teacher like Will at school, do yourself a favor and switch classes before it's too late.
It was you. You're the one who complained to Principal Figgins about me.
Yeah, and I do it all over again after that performance.
You're messing with adult things here, Santana. This is my job. This is my life.
This is my education, and it's not a joke to me, although it seems to be one to you.
Number 7. Barney Stinson, How I Met Your Mother.
It's a truth you can't refuse. like a suit.
From lying and conning women as part of his playbook to pushing his friends to do the same, Barney isn't as legendary as the show wants him to be. While loyal to his friends when it matters, he clearly enjoys watching them trip and stumble over situations he pushes them into. Whether laughing at Robin's fractured relationship with her father, mocking Marshall's ideals, or pushing Ted to embarrass himself in his search for the one, Barney casually betrays his friends' trust.
It's gonna be legend. Wait for it. And I hope you're not lactose intolerant because the second half of that word is dairy.
Even if he's honest about who he is rather than being a fake nice guy like Ted, that doesn't give Barney a pass for most of what he does. It's fine to be entertained by his antics, just don't count on learning something from Ol' Swarley.
A bro who calls dibs first has dibs. Oh, dibs!
Number 6. Carrie Bradshaw, Sex and the City.
So what have you been doing lately?
You mean besides going out every night?
We've covered a few self-obsessed characters so far, but no one comes close to Carrie. As far as she's concerned, the world is her stage and she's always the main character.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I've dated men who were wrong for me, but who hasn't?
But the thing they have in common is you.
It's the kind of mindset you expect from someone using terrible influences always in the spotlight card. She doesn't care why people are talking about her, only that they are. To Carrie, friends, romances, and basic responsibility are all optional, so long as she remains the main focus. While Sex and the City would have us believe these are all flaws she grows out of, that message never really lands.
Don't call me ever again. Forget you know my number. In fact, forget you know my name.
If there's something to learn from Carrie, it's that true happiness comes from within, but only if you've ignored just about everything else about her.
If you don't want to marry me right now, you'll never want to marry me.
That's not true.
I think it is.
Number 5. Don Draper, Mad Men. Sure, he's tall, dark, and debonair. And yes, John Hamm is as swoon-worthy as can be. But all things considered, Don Draper is bad news. Behind the carefully polished exterior, Don sells the idea of success through emotional detachment and a complete lack of accountability.
I'm going to Reno, and you're going to consent, and that's the end of this. Don't threaten me. I know all about you.
He speaks with absolute authority and expects everyone to bend to him, sidestepping out of conflict with half-truths and brittle logic. Those who endure his behavior end up in their own cycle of lies and deception, learning to justify self-destruction as a necessary cost of ambition.
But I do know what it feels like to be out of place, to be disconnected, to see the whole world laid out in front of you the way other people live it. There's something about you that tells me you know it too.
Behind the smart suits and slicked back hair is a dangerous capacity for damage, one that his inner circle pays for time and again. Number 4. Nancy Botwin, Weeds.
Give me a little respect. I'm the biggest game in the private community of Agrestic. Drugs sell themselves, biscuit.
After the sudden death of her husband, Nancy turns to illicit activities to support her family. That might sound like an act of desperation, but her real goal is preserving the cushy lifestyle she's grown accustomed to. Over the following seasons, she cheats, cuts corners, and drags all her family and friends into her expanding web of lies. The example she creates for her sons is particularly troubling, mainly teaching them to see the law as a loophole to exploit.
Listen up, everybody. There's nothing to worry about. You're looking at a fine and probably an anti-drug class.
So no jail time.
You've obviously never sat through an anti-drug class.
Her dead-end relationships and over-the-top hijinks might be funny to an extent, but taken together, they form a pattern of avoidance, reckless rule-breaking, and constant betrayal.
I was looking for the perfect gift to get my wife, and so I got her a neighborhood.
You got me a neighborhood.
Number 3. Frank Gallagher, Shameless. He may be positioned as the chaotic center of a dysfunctional family, but Frank is hardly the poster figure for growth or development.
Hey.
Despite being a neglectful father and perpetual screw-up, he expects his children to support him and his substance use disorder. With an example as unstable as his, it's no wonder the younger Gallaghers spiral into their own problems.
He who is without sin, let him cast the first stone. That's basically the gist of it, isn't it?
Given how much he's left his family in freefall, Frank still doesn't get called out as much as he should, with the show at times selling him as a victim of circumstance. But when it comes to the Gallagher patriarch, it isn't so much do as I say, not as I do, but don't do anything like this at all instead.
That all you got? That's it? I'm still here!
Number 2. Everyone. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
My mommy's a skeleton!
I grifted your asses good because you said I was slipping.
I feel too much!
You made me dig up my dead mother because I said you were losing it?
Fans have definitely romanticized the It's Always Sunny gang over the years. Their unbridled energy and regular pratfalls are oddly endearing after all. However, once you remove that comedic lens, these characters come across a lot worse. From doomed get-rich-quick schemes, non-stop public offenses, and making Rickety Cricket's life a living hell, this group of narcissists are the last people to draw any inspiration from. Charlie, in particular, sinks to the lowest depths for a moment's approval.
I think we need to try a piece of human flesh.
Oh, God.
Just to make sure.
That's the only way.
It's almost like playing Terrible Influence's no self-respect card, sacrificing basic dignity for a leg up the social ladder. Are they funny? Absolutely. But would we advise staying a mile away from them? You better believe it.
I've got an idea.
So we're just gonna lock them in there?
You're definitely gonna burn to death.
Number 1. Walter White, Breaking Bad. The show begins by placing Walt as the tragic hero. With precious little time left and a family to provide for, he's pushed into a life of crime out of sheer desperation. But this facade crumbles soon enough, as Walt's thirst for power, validation, and control destroys everything it touches.
Walter White? You got me.
Forcing Jesse to commit heinous crimes on his behalf, gaslighting him and his family, intimidating anyone who challenges him, and resorting to violence the moment it becomes convenient, Walt is an example of unchecked ego pushed too far.
I liked it. I was good at it.
While we can appreciate his complexity as a character, there is nothing impressive about Walter as a human being.
Goddamn right.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.